Hey. I found him. We got a very, very powerful gentleman on here. All of them you know, and I want to say good morning to all. John, would you like to say good morning to everybody?
Hey, everybody. Good morning.
That was
How
good.
are y'all?
He's good. John had a little issue, but we got him in. Sorry we're late. It happens every day. Uh, I'm going to, first of all, tell y'all I love you. I love this guy. I love his energy. He is part of just about everything that we're doing. He's everywhere. We call him the chat police. He's strict. He's strict, but he's fun, and he just wants people to do it the right way, which I love. So let me get into the prayers and the birthdays, and then John Barilla is going to get into it. Here we go. And Marty is on here. I'm sure he'll pop in when he's ready.
All right.
I love you all. Number one. I hope you have a blessed day. It's been beautiful weather in Michigan. Loving it. Today's birthdays. Happy birthday to Onpassive AI Ready. Look at that name. Yvonne Beckles. Jay Woo Woody. Boy, I haven't heard about Jay Woo in a long time. I haven't seen you, Jay Woo. Where you at? Happy birthday to you. Solange Tabak. Pang Yang. Happy birthday to you. Selassie Turga and Zach Dukowski. Happy birthday to you. I hope you all have a blessed day. Want to say real quick, Kim Jobs, you did an amazing job yesterday. And just, it was nice to see someone new out here talking, even though you're not new, but you came out of your box. We love it. So thank you. Want to pray real quick for the what's going on in this world. A lot of bad things happening. Pay attention to what your life's all about. There's some things we just can't do, but let's also pray these lousy wars stop and people stop dying for no reason at all. I'm going to pray for Ukraine, Russia. I'm going to pray for Israel. I'm going to pray for Iran that they just all stop Gaza. Help. They all need help, guys. We need a lot of prayers for this world right now. Prayers for healing today. Kim Mills, David Penny and family, Marion Weinberg, Arlene McCrae, Susie's mother. Hi, Arlene. Hope you're doing well. Fahir's grandson, Armin, Robert Stifler, and his wife, Dustin Grove, big surgery today. Needs a lot of prayers. It's a very dangerous surgery. I'm not sure what time he's actually going into it, but I'm sure he's getting prepared for it. But Dustin, you are in our prayers, and everything's going to be fine, brother. Give it to God. Don't worry. Let him take it over. Margaret Seagroves, we're praying for you. Phil Lard's mom, he sent me some really cool videos of his mom. She's struggling, but she's doing good. She's got really good spirits. So, Phil, we're going to pray for you. Richard Merlano, we're praying for you, Don Riviera. Kathy Krusky's mom, Dave Lore's father, Fat Mata. Sano, we're praying for you. Wally Cochran, Melissa Ann, and her friend Sam. Jerry Nix, I love you, brother. Mary Aquino. What did we say to Mary Aquino's mother, John?
We say, hi, Nelly.
That's the John I know. That was beautiful. Hi, Nelly. We're praying for you. And Myra. God's Time Thomas and his father, Brenda Herb, Bob Pierce, and his wife, Mary, Stephen Brockhorst, Norelli Warcunner, sister Denise, Bill Must, and John White kicking out those videos. Bill, we're praying for you. John, we're praying for you. Keep doing what you're doing. It's working. Bruce Gerstein and his brother Edmund, Judy Miller and Russ, Pat Parent, her daughter, and her neighbor Dennis, Chloe Julie, Judy Reese, Tina Metcalf. We're praying for you, Tina. Terry Thompson and her mother, Loretta. Roy Davies in her eyes. Cindy Hopkins. Grace Tam and John William DeLorme. Harold Fox. Uh-oh, we came up to Ruth Pace. What are we going to say, John?
We say, Ruth Pace, we love you.
I can't. That was perfect. I can't top that one, Ruth. I know Ruthie's cracking up right now. Thanks, John. I love it. Red and Mothers. I do believe Red's coming on at 1 o'clock today. Sandra Fenning's mother, Seeds Academy. Couple more, 3 more days. They got the big graduation. That will be on their webinar. I will be there. It should be a lot of fun. P&G, we're praying for you. Ash Mufareh, keep doing what you're doing, brother. You got 1 million people standing behind you. Marty DeGarmo, when he comes on and let him give him an update. But I think he's doing a lot better on his road to recovery. Pray for him and his wife. Zachary's on here, I know, and all his family. Definitely mine, family, my son, my daughter, their mother, the doggies, aunts, uncles, brothers, nieces. I pray for everyone and thank you for all the prayers. Today, people fighting and beating cancer. We need a lot of prayers for these individuals. Zendaya Roy, Nancy Vang, Carl Everett, Tina from my work, Phil Smith, Kenneth Fung, Tom Taylor, Dane and Darius, Robin Noble, Mr. Gene, Chang Yang, Joyce and Melvin Hicks, William Carmichael, and Patty Prescott. Man, Lord, I need you to take all these diseases from them, Lord. We pray that every single day in your son's beautiful name. All right. And I'm praying for everyone else out there that I don't know about. I'm still praying for you. Now, I'm excited about this guy because John has been around a long time. I'm going to let you tell his story, but he's 146 years old. And he's got more energy than most 20-year-olds. I'll let him tell you his correct age, but he's got, we call him the Energizer Bunny. John has done multiple things in his life. He's very talented. If you have ever never heard about some of his soundtracks, he does for a lot of Christmas. He does plays. He's been in movies. He's been on TV, and he's a great guy. So on that note, I want to introduce Mr. Excitement. I think one of the most crazy exciting in the company, Mr. John Barilla, a.k.a. JGB, the Tin Man. John,
all right.
Cheers, brother.
Oh, my goodness, Chris. Thank you so much. I mean, really, I don't know how much of that is actually true, but hey, you know what? I'll take it. Thank you very much. I want to mention right off the bat, you didn't mention this. I'm one of the Bears, I want to say hello, ladies, my fellow Bears that are in the chat there. I don't know how many are in there today because I couldn't see the chat myself, but hello, ladies, and not going to be doing my thing in the chat today. Hello to them and everybody else that I know that's probably in the chat. I did share this with a lot of folks. Hello to everybody. And now, I guess what I want to start off with is, just to talk a little bit about myself. First, I want to say I'm not a presenter. I know I'm an actor, but I rarely present in anything about our business as we've gone along. And I have been around over 6.5 years. There were 14,000 people when I got involved with Onpassive. Before I get into that, though, I want to talk just a little bit about myself. I am 100 and whatever Chris said, but I'm 76 years old, going on 77 in just a couple of months. So that'll be here in no time. Time flies. Anyway, so I'm 76 years old. I was born in Steubenville, Ohio. That happens to be the hometown of Dean Martin, Dino Crocetti, for people that are old enough to remember Dean Martin. I don't know, he's still a pretty famous guy, I would think, even today. Dean Martin. And my hometown is a pretty interesting place. Has an old reputation of being kind of I'll just say rackets town. I won't go into any detail. In modern days, it's a steel city. And unfortunately, at some point, started quite a few years ago, as the steel industry declined, well, unfortunately, so did my hometown. At one point, it had the second fastest declining population in America. And at one point, it was even the fastest declining population in America. So it went from a city of a little over 50,000 people to, I think today, maybe they got 15,000 people. Really amazing. And it affected the town, but still a great place. The people are great, and that's where I come from. We're all proud of it. We always talk about it, even though I don't get to get back to too often. So that's where I come from. Now, of course, I started to become a musician as a little boy. When I was about, I think, 6 years old, maybe 7, I didn't make the decision, but Dad and Uncle and Mom and folks decided that, I showed some kind of little musical ability. So next thing I knew, I was learning how to play the accordion. And that was my first thing that I learned with music. And I studied for a number of years. I became quite proficient at it. And I played keyboards. Some point when I was in my, about 14 years old, I joined, my dad kind of got me into a rock band. And in those days, I played in this rock band. We called ourselves the Futuras, the fabulous Futuras. Anyway, did that for all through my high school years, and even 1 year into my college years. I actually went back for a period of time in the summer and played again with the band, and then that was it. And I've never played in a band again, but I've always used my musical abilities and my reading of music. I can read music because I studied and learned how to read music. But the thing is, what I've used is in my voice, my singing. I did a lot of musicals because also, since I was a little boy, somehow I got hooked into longing to be in the theater. I saw old movies about New York City and what the theater world was like. Of course, it was all romantic fantasy, but what do I know? And that stuck in my head, so that when I went to college, I majored in theater and acting and directing for 4 years, went to Kent State University. There's another whole story there, which I won't get into, but I'll mention just briefly. Historic event happened there on May 4th, 1970. Great tragedy. 4 students were shot. More than 4 students, 13 students, 4 of them died. It was a horrible day. I only mention it right now, because what's happening around the country with all the protests and such, very oddly, the journalists are pointing to the event of what happened in Kent State that day, because the National Guard were involved, and we've had places of the National Guard come out, and they're saying that's not right, that's not correct. Won't get into politics, but odd that all of a sudden I'm here in my school and that situation, because I happen to be personally very involved in that day. And I won't say anything more than that. Maybe if you get to know me, I'll tell you the story. It's a long story. All right, moving forward. I studied theater. I graduated with my degrees. I came right to New York City, where I became a professional actor. Few detours at the start, but I have been for over 50 years a professional actor, based myself in New York City, although I've done tours. I've been all over the place over the years. And of course, I've performed a lot in the city itself. And as Chris said, I've been in some movies now at a much smaller level than theater, but only because it's a little different to try to get into the film business than it is into the theater. Both are difficult. 85% of all actors are out of work at any time during the year. So if you're going to be an actor, you could be a great actor, but only the very, very few actually do enough that they really get big and make a lot of money. And even some of the people you see on TV and series, they don't make much more than a middle-class actor. Anyway, it's been a struggle, but I've never given up, and I've always performed over the years. One company in particular, I worked for over 20 years, on and off, but over 20 years. And I bring it up, as I say, now moving ahead to my identity in Onpassive. But beyond that, just in general, online, things that I do, I call myself the Tin Man, JJB, Tin Man. So now, let me move forward into how I got into our business. Well, I had a friend, another actor friend, and he used to mention to me every time we'd see each other, like when we would do work together, perhaps as readers of plays that would want to go forward, but you have to have these little readings with professional actors, and we would do those. The agent would hire us a lot at the same time, and when I would see him, he'd say, "John, are you an actor?" I'd say, "What?" "Yes." "Are you an actor?" I said, "Well, yes, I'm an actor. What are you talking about?" "Of course, what are you talking about?" He says, "Well, most of our cohorts here and friends working with us, they're not really actors. They're waiters or whatever. They got regular jobs." I said, "Well, we all have to have survival jobs." He said, I know, but let me tell you what I do. I work online. Would you be interested if I sent you some information?" I went, "Well, I'm barely on the computers since back in early 2000s." And I said, "But I know I'm learning. I don't know. I don't even know what that is." He said, "Well, let me send you some stuff." So he did. Over a 10-year period, this guy would send me stuff. I hardly ever looked at it, but I did occasionally. I'm doing my thing. I'm working as an actor. I actually worked quite a bit, but I had my times when I needed my survival jobs. At some point, as the years went on and I got a little older, well, I started to find myself not getting quite as much. And, my survival jobs were getting tougher as well. So I said, let me contact this guy. He says, hey, go ahead. I want to check a couple of these things out. All right. He puts me in the internet business, MLMs, affiliate marketing, all kinds of stuff. I got into many things. He put me into too many things, really. And I learning what to do, whatever. But boy, was I having a hard time. And as we know, I don't know about you know, but I'll tell you right now, 98% of all folks in affiliate marketing and MLMs fail, whether you know what you're doing or not. 98% don't have success. My friend who was doing it, he's a person that loves shiny objects. He mastered it. He lost money for years, but then he actually is part of the 2%, but not me. All right. But one of the businesses that he gave me was Onpassive. Like I said, I had way too many, but even like I am now, I always get involved. I always check things out. So I looked at it, and I looked at all these other businesses, not doing well, not doing well. And I thought, you know what, though, this one business, Onpassive, doesn't seem to be quite the same. And, you know, when we first started, and I told you I had 14,000 people when I came in a long time ago. Well, I got to say that it kind of was in some way. You felt that it was sort of because they were talking about levels of getting in with the whatever. That all changed. Ash Mufareh got the idea that he didn't want it to be like an MLM. And so they kind of changed that. Well, I was paying attention as all this went on. I said, you know what? I like this better because I really don't like this MLM affiliate marketing stuff, and I'm not doing well. I'm losing money. I'm losing money on workshops, on classes of how to make money. Also, just losing money with what I spent to get into the darn things. So I said, let me listen to this gentleman. And he came on, started talking as he did. And, you know, I didn't really think he was the greatest speaker, to be honest with you, at first. But, you know, I'm an actor, director, speech minor, English minor. So I'm saying, But you know what? I got to tell you, Ash Mufareh over the years, he's gotten much better. He's improved. I don't know whether he did it consciously, but nowadays when he speaks, it's good stuff. Okay, so I said to myself, I'm going to get involved with this because I'm not the greatest sharer. I'm not the greatest get people in. And we were allowed to get founders, if you remember, a long time ago for a while. Well, I wasn't doing that well. As a matter of fact, the guy that got me in, that's my sponsor, he's not even involved. He's never believed in us. And he's not around today. I wouldn't mention his name, but he's not even involved today. Yeah, and anyhow, so I found myself to be a lone wolf. I hardly had anyone under me. And I thought, what am I going to do? And I try to share it with people. And what did they think? Same old story. Yeah, this looks like a scam to me. I don't know what's going on. I said, well, hey, and I hardly got in. I couldn't get people in. Well, you know, all of a sudden one day, Ash Mufareh said, he mentioned that people that aren't sharing so much, he said, you don't have to worry if you get engaged. You get engaged, you'll be all right. Well, I heard that and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. And so like Chris was saying, I'm in a lot of places. I'm all over the place. From that day on, I began to get actively involved with Onpassive because as I would hear what Ash Mufareh was saying, I liked what he was saying. I started to believe in it. And I'll add to that along the way, that's how I got into the Tin Man identity, because one of the things that interests me the most is, yes, we're going to make money. But the thing I really got into is the humanitarian aspects of Onpassive. And I thought, you know what? Got the Tin Man. And actually, Dr. Bill Williams, that many of you may know his name, he caught on to when I started putting the Tin Man, JJB Tin Man, whether he said, John, you should make more of that. You should do that character within Onpassive, because after all, the Tin Man didn't think he had a heart, but he found his heart. But he didn't think he had a heart, but he had it all along. He said, you could get the whole thing. I said, you know what, Dr. Bill, I'm going to do that. So all this time, I've been playing this Tin Man thing. Like I said, I don't do a lot of presentations, but I present myself as the Tin Man that has a heart for humanity. So I always say, JJB Tin Man, big heart. I have a heart for humanity. Been doing this all along, and I'm also involved in a lot of groups and places. So as I moved forward in Onpassive, I didn't, like I say, the only people I got with me were other founders. There was a period of time when we were allowed to offer the pending founder positions that were open that we had. I had several hundred. Chris will remember this. I had a bunch of folks. Well, we were allowed to offer those to people, and I offered them. I didn't to a few fellow founders, and I didn't even have to offer it to some. When they heard that, you know, they might know some of us have some. Well, they asked few folks actually said to me, "Say, do you have one, John?" I said, "Sure. Oh, I'll take one." Manu is one of those people. Gina Leva is one of those people. A lot of the folks that you would know very well. They ended up. I considered them to be on my team. You know. So anyway, I moved forward from there. I got involved. I was in many, 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 many groups. I'm still in them. At some point, I became kind of a leader of some. I'm a mentor in a couple of groups. I'm a host leader in a OPASH in Singapore. I'm a managing director of one global movement, which is all about heart, I must say. And also the ladies in Singapore, there's a guy named Kumran as well. I don't want to forget Kumran, but me and him and several ladies, the mission of that as a group in our business really is ultimately for the humanitarian aspects. Now, you know how things are changing. So it may not be, oh, blessed, but we're still going to have one thing that's not going to change. You know how we talk so much about, even as Mufareh says, the only thing that's going to be the same is going to be me. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here, and it's going to be the same. But he doesn't say, and I think if you thought about it, well, it may not be called, oh, blessed, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have all of the programs or humanitarian efforts, because after all, one global movement not going anywhere. Also, let me mention another person I want to shout out today, Milo. Milo has something that he's calling Global World Changers. I'm also in that, helping out with Milo. And I'm going to tell you folks, not now. We don't want to be here too long. I don't want to tell you now, but in the future, you're going to hear about one global movement, Global World Changers, because that's going to be a way that you can help these humanitarian causes that you'll hear and you'll know about them because you've heard about them already if you're around for a while. Well, you'll be able to help them just by having these accounts that we make available under certain categories in Global World Changers. That's all I'm going to say now, but you'll hear about that from me and Milo. He's talking about it in his daily inspirations every day, but you'll hear about it. All right, moving on. There's other people. Well, like I said, I'm in a lot of groups. So I don't need to individually say every one. And so anyway, let me just say now, I want to say something to you folks, which is kind of, I think, why Marty and Chris and other folks are having something like this, because we are in a waiting period. Something happened not too long ago that was not good, very serious trouble. Well, what happened? Ash Mufareh dealt with it. So at some point, he came on. He was pretty transparent about it. He really let us know. He didn't say every detail, but at some point he's saying to us, we're going to close what we have and things are going to change. I'm still here. I'm still going to be here. Maybe everything else will change. In fact, he used words like things will drastically change. What? Drastically change? What's going on? You say, trust him. You have to trust him. We have to trust him. We have to believe in him. We have to support him. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I want to tell you folks. What happened? He said, I've dealt with it. We were lucky. We got some things saved at some point, whatever's going on. But he's creating a new business. It may be our business. In a way, it's the same because we're all the same. So we're here. We're a family. And the business is coming. Now, it may not be what we were called before or what we had, even some of the things. We don't know, because he's keeping it a little bit more quiet this time, because he doesn't want to let it out there to the possible people that maybe were the troublemakers, the bad guys, or even some of the folks out there in the world that are giving us a trouble every day. Chris knows about them, the people on YouTube. I mean, you've seen, what does Chris do when he says the people that give us a hard time? Chris says, yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah. So anyway, so that's where we're at. We are waiting patiently. So I want to talk to you folks directly. We're all here because we're waiting, and we believe in something bigger, right? Yeah, we're in it. We're waiting for something great to unfold, because as Mufareh says, he's working hard. He's going to bring it for us. We're going to be surprised. We're going to see something really big, really good. And that's why I'm saying to you, let's have some faith. Let's support him in what he's saying. You know, we're waiting for something great to unfold in our company. Our company. We're still here. Doesn't matter what it's called, what it is. It's our company. And he's coming with something great for us. It's going to unfold. It's going to be something, like I just mentioned to you, we haven't even seen yet. We don't necessarily know everything, but we're going to trust, because he's saying, I'll tell you when it's time. We'll go when it's time. And only Ash Mufareh knows that. Now, I bring that up because so many people every day that I'm involved with, that I help, that's a lot of people, they have questions. Chris gets them questions. Some of the questions you think, do they ever look at anything? Are they ever plugged in? Do they know what's going on? You say, well, wait a minute. I'll have to help them out and let them know what's going on, you know? So we have to tell those folks what's going on. They should be listening to Mr. Mufareh on their own, but sometimes folks like us, Chris, Marty, Redfern, myself, I don't put myself on those guys' level, but I'm just saying, telling people the right thing. Oh my goodness, even this morning, while I was sharing the link for this on WhatsApp, I always get folks that they even call me while I'm doing it. And I go, oh, I can't take a call. Well, I happened to take one. And a gentleman went on there, and I realized I had to talk to him. I said, oh, I really can't stay long. I got somewhere to be in a little while. I said, let me set you straight. I talked to him nicely. By the time I was finished, he thanked me. He said, sir, I love you. I respect you. Thank you for helping me. Because he was listening to some of those folks that are putting out all kinds of stuff that are like, why are they posting that kind of stuff? And he said to me, thank you for helping me today. So after that, went back to my business, sharing the link for this, and here I'm talking to you. And so let me see here. I'd have to look at my notes sometimes. Yeah. So anyway, so just because we haven't seen or know exactly what we have doesn't mean that it's not coming. We know that. Ash has told us. He'll let us know when it's time. So I just want to encourage all of you. I want you to stay patient, stay focused, keep showing up. Don't lose sight of the journey that I'm on and that the Tin Man's on. While I'm there, let me say a little something about that. While you're waiting, do things that make you feel good, right? Do things that bring purpose, things that bring positivity to your life. Choose what your interests are. This is the things we should be doing while we're waiting. Do some other things and wait patiently, but stay plugged in. Stay here. The energy that we have, it'll carry through to others. Like I did with the gentleman this morning, it'll help all of us to survive while we're waiting, right? Yeah. So anyway, I've been a part of this as the Tin Man. And what's the story of the Tin Man? Like I say, in The Wizard of Oz, the group, the four, they were going off to see the wizard because they all had a situation, all had something they wanted to deal with. What was the Tin Man? He was frozen for years. He doesn't have a heart. He talks about, nothing's in here. My heart, I have no heart. Well, they make the journey. All along the journey, as the story unfolds, as they're on their way to meet the wizard in Emerald City, he shows his heart all the way through, but he doesn't know it. In fact, each of the characters, they show the things and the quality they think that they need. They show it all the way along. They just don't know it until they get to the wizard. What does the wizard do? When he gets to the Tin Man, he lets him know. He brings him kind of a big watch that's shaped like a heart, and it's ticking. And he says, here, he says, you've had a heart all along. Have this, but you have a heart. And the Tin Man, a revelation. The reason why I bring this up now is because that's what I am. I say I'm the Tin Man, JJP Tin Man, because I discovered my heart in Onpassive. If you remember, I told you, yeah, I'm in this business. I don't like these multi-levels. I don't like this internet stuff. But when I saw that there's more to that, and good, I can make a living. But besides that, look what we're going to do for the world. That's the Tin Man, my heart for humanity. So I played it. I'm still playing it up. I'm the Tin Man, and I have a heart for humanity. I'm going to do something real quick. I didn't know if I'd do this, but because I have a terrible voice right now, I got a little medical thing going on, but I don't care. Short, very short, Chris. This is the Tin Man when he doesn't know that he has a heart, but he's going to find out later. Although I'm a man of steel and also smart, I'm still most unhappy 'cause I haven't a heart. I'd paint such pictures, be an artist. I'd write such poetry if I had a heart. But there's nothing in here, I'm just an empty moan. And no one has ever known the beauty I've known. I can't paint pictures, be an artist. I'll never write poems 'cause I haven't a heart. So I'm going to sing that for you to show you the Tin Man didn't know he had a heart, but he gets it. He shows it. He always did have it. I hope I'm like that. So anyway, let me move forward a little bit again. You know, I say I've been a part of this company for over 6.5 years. As I told you, I played a very active part, still playing a very active part. I'm in chats. I share things. I share all the lives. Oh my goodness, I share this thing. Oh, to so many people. I love being in the chat. By the way, Chris, when you made me an admin out of the blue that day, I really felt good because you know me. I am kind of the policeman, always have been kind of the policeman. Not that we are the policeman, but we're making sure things are good in the chat. Thank you, Chris. So anyway, I'm in the chats and I'm connecting people, connecting their lives. Now, I've been in a lot of places, like I already told you. I have positions in a lot of places, right? And it's been an honor. It's been an honor and a pleasure for me to do these things, you know, to support and uplift many people. I hope that I'm uplifting some of you today with my energy, as Chris says, you know, including some of my dear friends. Not that everyone's not my family here in our business, but I've actually now have some people all over the world. I hear Chris and Marty say this all the time. I've got dear friends now all over the world. I got fans all over the world. That's a strange thing. People that have heard the stuff that Chris is talking about, some of the work I've done. I'm going to share that out to more people too. The more people I talk to in places that I haven't given things to yet, the play I just did. I got to do in a play I just did, just finished it. I got to play Mark Twain. I know we're from all over the world, but most people would even know the author, Mark Twain. What a privilege that was to play that character. I actually have a copy, a video of that play, of me playing Mark Twain. I'm going to be sharing that out to some of you folks. Besides my Christmas carol that many of you already have, I'm going to continue to do that just because other than Onpassive, other than our business, we can talk about and do things that are just to make us relax and enjoy things. That's why I like to sing for folks sometimes. All right. So anyway, I want to say that, let's see, let me look at my notes for a little bit, make sure I didn't miss anything. Like I'm saying, my passion is for people. Okay. Especially the little ones. That's what I'm talking about, my humanity. I have a great passion for children. I'm not even a father. I'm not even married. I've never had any kids, but I love children. I want to help children all over the world. That's why I call myself, like I say, the Tin Man. So life's a daily struggle for all of us. And I got to say, I got some struggles right now. I'm facing those struggles. I'm facing them in life, like we all do, like I hope you're all doing while we're waiting. I'm sure a lot of you are. Got some struggles going on. We're waiting. Have those struggles, face them, and you'll get by, right? Right. So the struggles have taught me to smile, to be positive. I have some tough stuff going on. I'm still smiling at you folks. That's what I'm doing because it'll get me through it. I know things are going to be better because I know big things and great things are coming for us. That's what Ash Mufareh is off doing right now. And I think I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. I'm going to be patient and I'm going to support him. That's what I'm doing, right? So I'm telling each of you, please keep your heads up. Keep going. as long as you're above ground, we will be, in the words, is it Oliver Fonte? Am I getting my guys mixed up? I think it's Oliver Fonte. In his words, we are fine. That's all I'm going to say for today. We will be fine. Thank you, Chris. I went a little bit over. But
no, John, what did I tell you? You're going to go. I'm going to let you flow, brother. You are amazing. Absolutely. A lot of people are sharing about your life story, which is very, very interesting. I like the fact that you're telling people, I'm struggling too. I have issues, but I'm still smiling at you. I love it. The Tin Man story is beautiful. It's poetic. I absolutely, and it fits you perfect.
wow.
I think you've always had a heart. I think you're a very giving individual. The accomplishments that you've made in your life, when people say, "Well, he's a movie," in my book, he's a movie star. In my book, he's what are you 70? How old are you actually, John?
76, going on 77 in 2 months.
77 years old, going on, still going at it, still working, has energy like you wouldn't believe. I think Gene said, if I can bottle his energy,
Yeah.
you've made a place in life with John Barilla. You set your mark on this world, and you're about to blow it up even bigger. John really is an amazing individual. He is crazy. I'm not. I can't even come close to the energy this guy has, but I hope I have it when I'm his age. But John, I think you're an amazing guy. Thank you for coming on here. Over 400 people showed up just to see you today.
Wow. Wow.
And I love that. I think that I think each person that you walk by and don't talk to, you miss a lot of good things. And I'm sure glad you shared with your story.
Chris, I just want to say real quick, I played the Tin Man on one of the reasons I focus so much on that one character, because certainly I've done a lot of other things, right? Well, I played the Tin Man on and off for over 20 years. So that's one reason I'm so connected to that character. I just love that character. It's part of me. So I just wanted to bring that up real quick.
No, I know you're, but listen, you've done amazing things. You've done more in your lifetime than some people have even thought about. And that's what I like about you. You're not a quitter. You're a go-getter. I remember just a few months back how you face planted onto the cement.
Oh, yeah.
And you sent me a picture that, oh my God, I would probably be dead right now. And
I am.
You're what I call a tough old guy. You're old school, but you got a heart that's unbelievable. Ashbafar loves your heart. The Garma loves your heart. We all love your heart, man.
Oh, thank you.
I don't ever want you to change. And I guarantee you this, John, you've connected not just through this company with a lot of people from all over the world, but you're going to connect to people from every level in life just because of your energy and your personality.
Hey, Chris, I wanted to tell you another thing I forgot. I bathed, I shaved, and I got a haircut for you today.
He did. And you look very good, John. Very handsome guy you are. But John, this is why I like bringing different people on. I know people said, "Oh, bring the big names," and John is a big name in my book. But I just want you to hear different people's perspectives about some of their trials they're going through and how they don't want to give up and they won't give up and they believe in something that a guy is going to do for them. All right, Ashbafar is doing for them, and Ashbafar encourages people every single day, like John Barilla. Just be nice to people. Be nice to people. There's nothing hard about saying good morning. I had a guy one time, John. I said, "Man, I hope you have a great day." And he said, "Don't you ever tell me what to do." You're gonna come across you're gonna come across people like that in your life. But you know what? A nice smile, good morning, and walk away. There's people out there that are dying for that attention, but most people don't give it to them. I believe you're the kind of guy that walks by everyone. I know that in New York, there's a lot of bad things going on with homelessness and drugs.
Wait a minute, Chris. That's true, Chris. But I'll tell you what, people have a bit of a misconception. People are rude. There's a lot of crap. We actually are one of the safest big city in America with our statistics. And when we're out in the streets, we do talk to each other.
Yes.
I'm talking to people out there in the streets all the time, and even when tourists, you see they're lost, they're looking at their phone, whatever. And other people do. I go and say, "Can I help you, folks?" Sometimes the Google map can confuse you more than help you. So I just want to that image of New York City, folks. We're pretty friendly folks. I just wanted to say that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, to all you New Yorkers out there, I've been to New York a few times. Love it. It is crowded on the streets, but real quick, I was walking once when I was in New York, and I bumped into a lady. I said, I'm so apologetic. She says, "Hey, we're used to it. That's New York, you know." And it was kind of funny that she did it. And she didn't get mad or yell at me. It was shoulder to shoulder when I was there. And
Oh well, yeah.
you couldn't help
Depends on where you're at exactly, but yeah, it's shoulder to shoulder in a lot of space, a lot of places. Yeah.
But John, you're getting a lot of great comments on here. I love seeing people. They're passionate about who you are. You just show the passion of things that are in your life and what you're about to do with it. This company, you took yourself pretty high in life, I believe. That's my opinion. But this company is going to get you real high, John. I could see you starring in some pretty big movies in the future because of what you got out in this company. You know, you could play any part, but the part I like best is just John Barilla, who you are and what you're showing for people. And I love you, man. And I want to thank you with all my any last words, John. I think Marty got pulled back to the doctor there.
Yeah, that's cool. That's all right. You know, I don't not much other than I appreciate that you let me come on today. And I want to say hello to everybody out there. I hope you listened to some of the things I said about staying positive, staying patient, be focused, and all that. I think it's important. Other than that, that's about all I have to say. You know, I am the Tin Man, and I have a heart for humanity.
I am the Tin Man. I love it. John, thank you very much for coming on. Let's see. And I want to apologize to a lot of people. I keep forgetting. I'm so engulfed in these lives that I'm forgetting a lot of things that people are doing out there. I know Yvonne Mundy does great things. I'd like to get Yvonne Mundy on the show if you're out there, Yvonne.
Well, we're going to get her on here.
Yeah. There's people that are doing things every day. It's like Marcianne. I apologize. I forget. Oh, Tech Boys. I forget sometimes. The Heroes. All great webinars. I'm just engulfed in what I'm doing right now to try to push people up and forward, to inform people. There was a guy who just sent a message. You come on every day, but you don't tell us something. Listen, the reason I come on every day is to let you know that this company, like John Barilla just said, hasn't gone anywhere. I don't have all the updates. That's Ash's position to tell us that. And I think pretty soon, my opinion, you'll see him. He did say, and I want to remind everyone, people say, well, Chris, he said he was going to come on every week. No. What he said is he's going to come on every week if he's got something to tell us and say. All right. But let me assure you this. Ash Mufareh, from 8 years ago, has never stopped doing for all of us. I have my brother who's staying with me for a couple of days. He's not one of those big believers. You know, I was up till 2 a.m. talking to him about it. And I said to him, he says, Chris, I don't mean to burst your bubble. And I said, listen to me. You can't burst my bubble. I believe in this company and this individual we call Ash with all my heart. No one is going to persuade me different. No one's going to change my mind. And that's what I ask all of you. It's very easy to go on social media and see something that either someone's pushing or saying. Anyone can be mean on the internet. It's real simple to do. Try to be kind. I say Ash Mufareh is doing something that I believe is 100% my standards to try to help humanity, period. There's nothing else you can tell me. That's all I needed to know. That is what got me into this company for Peter Shore. Is this guy just wants to change the world? My God. And do you think right now, I'm asking this, do you think right now that this world definitely needs a change? All right. We talk more about bombs and nukes and all this crazy stuff when we should be talking about people who just want to help change the world. My heart bleeds for those people in those countries that are going through those wars right now, because there's people like me and John sitting in a home not knowing if something's going to come crashing down on them, take their lives. I'm blessed to live where I live. I'm blessed to be in this company. I'm blessed to have friends like John Barilla. All right. This company I'm going to say it again. It's not going anywhere. And when it starts, John brought it up too quite a bit today, that be plugged in, be a little patient. We're not out here screaming at you, yelling at you. John helps out where he can. I help out where I can. But it's a lot of messages. And the problem is a lot of those people are being told something different. We have people out there, you know, big leaders pushing another company right now. And you too. Right? I look at it this way. This company is all I need. There's nothing else out there that I see. I never did the MLM stuff, but from hearing from all of you, MLM was almost like a nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't want a nightmare in my life. I think all of us got enough nightmares in our life. Stay with this company, stay the course, have 100% faith in Ash Mufareh and what he's doing. And I promise you, and believe in God and love God with all your heart, your life is going to change. I promise you that. John Barilla, I love you,
Yes.
man.
Same here. Thank you, Chris.
Coming on and firing people up because you absolutely did that, brother.
Thank you very much. I'm glad.
We'll see you later, buddy. Hang tough, hang tough. I can't wait till you get in you already done a lot, but I can't wait to get one of those. I have, you know, Marty Clubba. He's the little guy that plays the Pirates of the Caribbean. He's all over I know him my whole life. And to watch his story grow in acting and actors and movies, and it's fun stuff.
Right.
You live a life that maybe I wanted to live, John. Do you believe that?
I can believe it. Yeah.
I always wanted to be an actor. I always wanted to be crazy fun. But guess what?
Yeah.
I just gave up on it because why? The fear. I let fear take over me. That's the problem in this world. Fight your fear. Punch it in the face. Stand up to it. Ash Mufareh does this every day. He fights the fear of all of us.
Right.
He knocks down the people that are negative toward us. He keeps going. You may not see him just like the sun at night, but I promise you, he's still there and he's warming someone's heart while you're sleeping, and he keeps going. John Barilla.
Yes, sir.
I love you, man. God bless you.
All righty.
Give us a bye in a song. Tell us goodbye.
Goodbye to you. I love you. Goodbye to you. Everybody, goodbye to you. So long. Goodbye to you. See you next time.
Thanks, John, man. Keep rocking it out, brother.